castle.
I'm going to castle. King of the castle.
I think it's supposed to be the same. No, it's not the same castle from the previous game. This is a completely different castle in the same world.
Kate is just taking a short recording break.
Yeah. Look at Stitch. Oh, goodbye, Stitch.
Stitch? Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah, he shows up for like 2 seconds and a few cutscenes, and that's it.
I want to follow the Sora. The Sora!
Funny enough, they actually have a Lilo and Stitch world in Birth by Sleep. Yeah, Birth by Sleep. But it's not like the Hawaii version, it's like in space. So they picked the least interesting part of Lilo and Stitch to turn into a level.
It's been ages since I've watched Lilo and Stitch, if I even remember watching it.
Kate and I rewatched it not too long ago, and I think it's held up pretty well.
That's me.
I remember reading a comment about Lilo and Stitch that was so bizarre to me, but at the same time, it was absolutely right. It was like the idea that someone said they used to watch Lilo and Stitch and thought Nani looks like kind of pudgy. And then it took them a couple of years and they're like, holy shit, no, this is just what an actual person looks like compared to like
the perfect body structures of most other characters.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I think one thing I see a lot of is how people say that like she's like better than most Disney female characters because she's a normal person doing what any normal person would do to help their family.
Yeah, I think she's, 19? It's not like she's like an adult either. Like
Vin Diesel before Vin Diesel. Do it for family.
Pretty much.
But I have to agree, even though I didn't really watch it, I'm just like, no, that's true. That's facts.
Well, on to you, asshole.
Asshole drivers are my favorite. And by my favorite, I mean we can do with a lot less of those in the world. The other day, when I was driving home from work, or yesterday actually, some person was like just I could tell they were the most impatient driver you can imagine.
Oh no.
I was on Prospect.
Okay.
I just turned on there, and they were in the lane beside me, and considering I had to turn left at the end of the road anyway, I went into the other lane. They immediately shifted lanes too, sped up, and then just changed lane to get ahead of me. And they kept going like probably like 70 or 80 miles per hour. And then when at the entrance to the Burlington Mall, the light turned red, and you know what they did? Right turned into the road leading into the parking lot. Then basically just C-turned around the light. Like, didn't even go into the parking lot. No, they just, like, not even a proper lane change, just a C-turn around the light. And I'm just like, geez, don't you look like the most impatient person around.
Well, because everyone's punch queen. Because it gets weird. Final Fantasy VII was the first Final Fantasy to not really have
spiked hair, Sora.
About that.
You could just say Cloud's name, you know that, right?
My best guess is maybe she figures he's so aloof that there's no point in asking for the name in case nobody actually knows him. But at the same time,
Sorry to bother you.
let me just kick this wall. Okay, goodbye. It was like Final Fantasy VII. Oh, 6 was actually the first one that do away with conventional classes for characters, but they still give them like specific roles that only they could do up to a point. Where did you magic yourself from?
Ah, yes, the classic old. No one's behind me, but the moment because our character is blocking the point of view, then he's just right there, just appears behind the point of view.
Anyway, I was just gonna say, so Final Fantasy VII didn't have anything to do with like normal class roles for the most part, but they still kind of based them off traditional classes. Tifa is one of the first party members you get in 7, and she's based off the monk class.
Martial
So
artists.
that's where the whole like punch queen thing came from, because her main attacks are her weapon of choice are gloves.
Fisticuffs.
What's
Holy
that?
jeez, what is this?
A computer room that decides eventually it will lead into the world of Tron, a movie no one has thought about ever before this game.
I was about to say, is Vector still looking for this room?
He might be.
Stitch.
Yeah, Stitch is just showing up there. He has no relevance to the story. Like, there's no reason Stitch
You are
should-
so helpful, Donald.
like, there is no reason Stitch should be here.
Well, he needed to be here just so he can tamper with Donald's temper and make this happen.
Pretty much.
I am the master control program. I oversee this system.
So it's not just weird to me, right? It's weird that Sora's supposed to be 16 years old. He doesn't know what a computer is.
Maybe get off the computer, you dumb duck. If you can even be said to be a duck. We all know this, Donald. You're still under question.
Donald, is your potentially not being a duck gonna get us in trouble? God damn it, Donald. If you're gonna dissect us, I'm gonna volunteer Donald that goes first.
Well, maybe then we'll be able to find out if he's actually a duck.
Also, that's actually kind of a neat trick. And you just barely saw it there, but Sora was just a PNG file. It wasn't a model. I don't think there was a model there.
Dissect the duck?
Space paranoids. It doesn't really explain how Sora gets separated from anyone here.
Looks like the Ultra Recon Squad from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Who knows? Maybe they were inspired by Tron designs. Because Tron was like that was an early movie.
Go on, show 'em who's boss.
Because like that's the design of the costumes in the movie.
I am Commander Sark.
A heartless commander?
Observe.
Okay, you're the boss. I get it.
That smirk.
Gosh.
Yep. So I think this is one of the only times these guys will end up in jail. And realistically, they probably should be in jail a lot more than this, but we're not going to question that.
We all know that the Lion King world doesn't have jails.
What kind of world
No,
is
they were
this?
just going to be eaten in that world.
You're inside a mainframe computer system.
A what system?
A computer system for processing data. This system is a copy of one
It's hard to
of
believe they didn't know we had a computer there. Sid is almost always on the computer in Merlin's house.
copy was acquired by another user.
Never questioned the glowing box Sid was touching.
Updated and customized programs, renaming the system Hollow Bastion OS.
It's just weird to think that a kid, this character released in the 2000s, Sora's 16, has no freaking clue what a computer is, though.
Bro, I knew what a computer was back when I was 6. I played the Nintendo 64.
Did you guys get it?
Close enough.
You know, maybe we should just introduce ourselves.
I almost believe Donald and Goofy wouldn't know anything about technology since they live in a world of magic and a literal world of magic and kingdoms. But just, okay, so what the world is weird. It's like an island in paradise kind of thing. Where there was nothing to suggest it wasn't a modern world outside of the island they were playing on.
Control program.
Sorry, I'm spaced out because I'm reading the dialogue.
If you idle here,
Well, this thing, like, there's nothing to, like, I don't know why they wouldn't make Sora,
So, how do we get out of here?
like, somewhat, like teenager kids could probably, like, kind of get his whole ordeal. But, because, like, his world doesn't look like it's, like, an old world outside that island that they play on.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a very quick look at it from the cutscene with Kyrie on the island at the very start of the game, it looked low tech, but like they were wearing modern day school outfits, so you'd think
They'd have at least some sort of semblance of.
yeah, they have some idea of like even for just early 2000s general idea, but no, Sora's got no freaking clue how data works. So you really need to shove a keyblade in anything that looks vaguely key shaped.
Yes. Sora after 5 minutes of not shoving his keyblade into a keyhole. It's the guy sitting at the desk with like the vein popping out of his head forehead.
Okay. Because AP, always having more AP is never a bad thing. Okay. There we go. So what new abilities are you learning out of any? I don't know, put drawing up. Yeah, that's right, maybe actually smack.
Smack the door.
This door has a keyhole, but his decision is to assault the door.
Smack it.
Master Control, why not just de-res Tron? I still haven't looked at
Oh gosh.
Ugh,
What about a logic probe?
that is just
All your
concerning.
processing power out of the question. The current environment outputs the processing power needed for such an analysis. Notice this, son. Stop any remaining anomalies in the system or else. End of line. Acknowledged.
Do you find it? I know this is a term from the from I don't remember when was Tron released. I want to say it was in the movie in the 80s. But like, it's bizarre to me why they used the term de-res, but I'm pretty sure delete was a common term even at that point.
Control delete.
Original Tron movie from 1982. And the more I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put this world in my game. When it was even more confusing, in one of the future games of the series called Dream Drop Distance, they put a Tron world in it, which is in itself is not a problem. But they put a Tron world in it while also basing it off the newer Tron movie. You know, the movie that's actually based on more advanced technology than this world is.
You can get more advanced than that. Well, then again, this does look like a 90s computer frame, mainframe.
Well, other than that, it's an 80s computer. or what the people in the 80s thought computers would look like.
Just like how Back to the Future thought we'd have hoverboards in the year 2016.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Man, we really did lie to the future. We really lied to ourselves.
Are we lying to ourselves, or are we just denying ourselves cool things?
People are too busy becoming greedy to
That's true.
focus on bettering us as a society.
This is the energy core.
Why would a source of energy find the real parts?
They're all fake.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the real part.
I saw that. Okay.
Okay.
Sora, your Keyblade is magic but only works with keyholes. How are you lifting something like that? It's not a door, it's not a lock, it's a battery.
It's magic.
I believe if Tron did this kind of stuff, you know, because he's part of this system. Also, I don't understand the idea of computer not, or systems not working in a computer world because there's not an active power source. If there's no power source,
The
wouldn't
entire
everything be dead?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, as weird as like Sora's and Tron's outfit are, I do really like the whole like Tron. This is where like the thing called Tron lines, when we get like those little fancy computer lines things came from. But I like the look of everything except their outfits in this world. Even the text box looks really nice.
Yeah. Everything is blue. Oh, almost everything.
Tron is treasure. We're not going back to the prison cell yet.
Why would you want to go back to prison?
Because we can't do anything else.
Just sit back in prison, guys.
This is just probably the weirdest example of introducing a new world, though, because they introduced the world, but you get like one room before you have to leave. And I know some people would say it's like always connected to
So, what did you want us to
it's
do?
connected to Hollow Bastion, so technically it's like a world within a world. Because if I'm doing stuff here, I don't want to have to go back to Hollow Bastion just to come back again.
DTE is the name my user gave to the data space. Copies of all the original system programs are stored there, along with anything that's sensitive or restricted. Is there stuff about the Heartless or Organization 13?
Well, if you run out the canon of this world, information on neither of those should be there.
A number of my functions were appropriated when I last took on the MCP. That's why I need the password. If I can get inside the DTD, I can access my original backup program and restore
Tron,
all
you
my
should realize that I know you've only known him for like 2 minutes, but you should also learn by now. Sora's not good with any kind of complexity.
changed everything. The way it was supposed to be.
Sora trying to figure out the lore of his own series.
The users.
I don't know if Sora knows what's going on half the time. He's just like, let's just go here and hope things work out.
Do you know who it was who made it? Actually, I don't know.
Okay, we'll just have to find your user and ask him. What's his name?
You mean you don't know? My user is the user of this system. Handsome the Wise.
Oh boy, here comes another example of needless bullshit from Nora.
Looks like the MCP's onto us. I'll keep this terminal up and running. You better exit the system now.
Sure, but Tron, Ansem is...
Okay, you're good to go. Hurry.
Well, at least it wasn't a slow deletion process like it was on the other side.
I feel like I'm still not following.
Basically they're trying to say that we gotta get the password for a system that's been abbreviated BTD and Hollow Bastion from the person who, basically they're saying we need to get it from the guy that owns the computer. Donald, you did nothing. You put a cube in a battery and you're done. Where have you been? We don't even fully understand.
Bro, Sora don't know where the heck he was. He's just like, bro. Not sure what the program is.
The funny thing is, I feel like Leon should have been in the world with us just as a translator. Because Leon seems to fully understand what's being said to him.
Yeah.
It might have been Leon, you don't know that. Alright, Tifa, you came back for no reason just to figure out there's a hole in the wall now? I think you would have figured out by now there's a hidden room here. Woman, you just... a hidden room. Let me go back to the room I was just in.
And start punching things. Or kicking.
Tifa, did you not see there was a door behind us when we were in that previous room?
No, peripheral vision not great.
Apparently not.
Excuse me?
The arms on this girl. That would be awkward to move.
Bro, stop punching the information. Is your answer just fisticuffs everything?
In Kingdom Hearts it is.
DTD.
She was a bit more reserved in her own game.
Door to darkness.
I'm asking it's pretty Tron Door to Darkness. Donald, you're a mage. You shouldn't have any problem reading.
Diagram or something.
Oh. D.
So did you seriously just jump and point to each letter?
I'd like to point out, like, I love how they made it really, like,
The data space
coincidentally, the bolded letters are the very letters we needed to know.
to darkness.
I mean, they kind of had a spell. We're talking about these three here. Sword Down and Goofy. They're not smart.
One of
We
them
need to
is,
literally spell things out for them.
one of them is Goofy. So I think that's enough said.
The sad thing is, Goofy is typically the smart one. This is the quality of the average intelligence of these three.
Morky.
It's a good thing Disney Castle doesn't look like another kingdom, because otherwise you'd probably be beheaded for just touching your king like that.
Long time no see.
Imagine these two ignore. King Garen would they'd try and get close to King Garen, he's like, off with their heads!
You know, Ryan, I apologize for the silence this entire time. You finally spoke. I think you're finally speaking my language there just to get my attention. Just trying to find some way to get me to follow. Okay, let me like here. Fire Emblem reference. This will get him.
Well, the door to darkness can only be opened by the 7 princesses. There's Snow White, Jasmine, and Belle.
Of course.
Okay, let's assume this train of thought is correct, which it ends up being in the game.
What are you trying to
7 princesses.
With that password, we can get access
In
to
what
the
order?
space.
Is there capitalization? Are there like hyphens or anything to keep them separate? Like,
find out where he is?
passwords are character sensitive.
We already defeated Ansem. You know
For all we know, it could be just 7 letters, the first letter of each of their names.
It looks like
It's just a random letter in each of their names.
I was like, can you imagine trying to write a password like that? That would be like
but first
50 characters long. You have to include Cinderella, Snow White, Belle, Jasmine.
don't worry, I'm not going
I think
anywhere.
Alice was a princess in the last game.
I'll stand and fight with everybody.
Kyrie was also involved for some reason. Who's the second?
Ariel?
Yeah, no, not Ariel. She wasn't. Who was the princess? It was literally in the last game. I already don't remember.
I got nothing. Maybe we'll figure it out in the next episode.
Hold on, the king says he has something for us. Be careful.
Wise words from Ricky Rat.
Wow, we got the master form. Can't use it.
Maybe later.